Welcome to the Jointery podcast, a podcast where we study the lives of study the lives of two dads trying to find the balance between the families, hobbies and work. This week on the Jointery, we discover...
So you be fat and hilarious and die, or get skinny and really lose all of your fucking mojo.
Let's search for the meaning of life as it had never been witnessed before. The Jointery podcast.
Oh, you know what day? What week it is?
Yes. May the Fourth be with you. Revenge of the Fifth.
Yeah, man. So I thought it only appropriate that we start this thing off with a little Star Wars, and the Imperial March seemed appropriate considering what you've been dealing with this week. You know, this mad rush for you to get that TIE fighter out, dude. I mean, holy shit! Holy shit!
I was, yeah, baby. Sure. I went out to the garage just to peek and make sure it was still in there this morning. Dude, I'm so like friggin' relieved that we got it done in time, man. Like I had like 2 years ago, dude. Like I had this month where every inconvenient thing that could possibly happen happened, right?
Yeah.
And Jack started calling it "fuck you-worry," right? Because it was like, hey, you know, you need to go somewhere. Fuck you. Like it's just all like inconveniences, you know.
Yeah.
And I've been in the middle of Fuck You Worry Part 2 for like, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks, man. It's been chaos, dude. I had issues where my CNC broke. I had issues where my 3D printer's not working, and still got it done, man. If Dave wasn't so generous, it would have never happened. So
we should probably fill people in. We're talking about the Maker Collab that happens on Instagram. It's a contest that's put out by Christy at Oak Hills Millworks, and then Nick at Stated Woods. And for anybody who doesn't follow us through Instagram and actually might listen to this outside of that, that's what we're talking about. And dude, you've been talking about making that TIE fighter table for a couple years now.
Yeah, man, dude, it was crazy because like I had this idea to like, I think I had the idea shortly at the same time I got my Onefinity, right? And I was like, man, I would like to make the biggest TIE fighter I can make on the Onefinity, right? And I was like, it has like really like a 29-inch capacity. So in my head, I was going to make 29-inch wings, right?
Yeah.
And like I found a model, I carved it out of the body of it out of wood, and it has been sitting on my workbench for years since then, right? And I never finished it, and I was just like, I just gave up on it. It was overwhelming to me, and like so with this Maker Collab, every year has a theme. The first year Dave and I were in it, it was movies, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And we did Happy Gilmore. So I made Chubb's hand, and Dave made the putter from it.
Yeah, still one of my favorite lives of you destroying the hand. That was just so fucking great, man.
It was great. Which this time Dave saw me stressing out over dealing with these wings, and he decided to do a live where I would try to drill holes in the stupid wings that I didn't even need, dude. The holes I didn't even use the holes. The fucking the pins didn't line up. After all that,
so what did you do to get it to stick together?
I just fucking glued it on and put screws into it. It's sturdier this way, I think. But I mean, like honestly, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, if I ever were to make this again, I would completely redesign the wings, right? The way I built them, right? Because like I carved 2 halves of 1/2-inch MDF and then glued them together, right? And what I should have done was I should have carved a inch thick piece of MDF and then flipped it and carved the other side.
Oh yeah, that would have made sense because you're the profile you're carving down to is how thick is it at the like the thinnest point?
The thinnest point, it's like a half inch, and at the thickest point, it's an inch.
Okay.
Well, it's more than an inch because I glued on 3D printed parts to it. So
yeah,
but like we went through so many design iterations of this. Like people are gonna. My fear is honestly is that it looks so good that people are gonna say, "Oh, like you just 3D printed everything and you're done." Right? Like people have no idea how much adjustments we had to do to the files. Like we bought an original file and it was the highest quality 3D file of a TIE fighter we could find.
Yeah.
To start off with, but that file is not designed to scale up from a 9-inch TIE fighter to a 25-inch TIE fighter. It's not designed for that, you know. So I mean, like, here, to give me an idea. Hold on. Where is that thing? It's somewhere on my desk.
Good luck finding that.
This is the what it was designed. The size of it was designed for.
Oh wow, yeah, that's so much smaller than the thing you have.
Yeah. So this is what they designed it for. And the ball part of ours alone is like the size of like, you know, there's like mini basketballs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's bigger than that.
So where are you going to keep this monstrosity? I mean, it's gorgeous. First off, I saw the picture this morning and you killed it. I can't even believe that you got it done. Honestly, I cannot. Like the amount of shit that you called me. Like we were supposed to do this podcast yesterday, and at 8 a.m. my time, so that's 10 a.m. your time, right?
Yeah.
I called you and was like, "Are we doing this?" You're like, "Dude, I cannot do it today." And you started to list everything that you had to accomplish yesterday. And I thought to myself, and even during Dave's live with you, I even kept saying, "There's no fucking way he's getting this thing done today." Like he has so much shit to do. No way.
I like 3 weeks out, my CNC died. 2 weeks out, my bamboo printer dies. I didn't have all the pieces printed. And then this whole week I was out of town, right?
I
was out of fucking town. So I fly back Thursday night, right? Okay. I immediately as I get home. No, wait. Yeah, I didn't do shit Thursday night because I was just so tired and I was a little drunk. Friday, I glued the wings together. So then, like Saturday, I woke up at 7:30 and I worked on it for 8 hours. Okay, 8 fucking hours. I literally put a coat of filler primer on it. Went inside, rinsed off in the shower. Which, by the way, I learned that when we're running the washing machine, the fucking water stops in my bedroom upstairs, right? Our bedroom's like on the 3rd floor, right? And if that washer is filling up, right, it diverts all the water in the house into the washing machine. So I'm trying to get out, get just rinsed off to get my daughter and her 4 friends to Putt Shack for her birthday, right? And because we're going to go Putt Shack and then we're going to do something we had not loose plan, and then we're going to come back and watch movies and Dad's favorite famous popcorn, right?
Nice.
Which I'm known for the popcorn now. And so I'm sitting in the shower and I'm like soaped up, right? And I turn and the water goes from like low pressure to 0 pressure. And I'm like staring at it and I'm like, how long is it going to be like this for? I'm like, I got soap on me. Like, what do I do? Like it's not like if I get out of the shower, like I could go to the sink and like.
Had you never experienced this before? Did you not know this happened?
No, dude, this is never my house. So I'm like, oh God. I'm like, what do I do? And so I just stood there staring at it. And like right as I was deciding to just towel off all the soap, right?
Yeah.
It started coming out again and it was scalding hot. And I was like, okay, perfect.
That was my next question. What was it going to come out as, hot or cold?
Raging fire, dude. It came out as liquid lava. And then fucking I take we'd use 2 cars. We take them to the mall. We go do the mini golf. It was fun. I won. Not important.
Of course,
Yeah,
not important.
I meet Jackie and 6 kids. So so then we decide to walk around the mall for a while, right? And then we come back from the mall, and like I was like, oh, come back from the mall. I run out, put a first coat of paint on it, right?
Yeah.
Come back inside, fucking serve them dinner, make this popcorn, right? Slip out, put another coat of paint on it, right? And then go and pick up dinner. We had ramen, eat the ramen, and I'm sitting there, and I've been going nonstop since 7:30 in the morning. And like I just found out like an hour before that the deadline wasn't midnight for everybody. It was midnight Eastern time, right?
Yeah.
And which means it cut off an hour for me, right? It was 11 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I was printed these pegs because like our idea was that we were gonna like glue in all these pegs, right? And like the pegs were like we're glue these pegs in and then screw and bolt it on at the same time, right?
Got it.
But because my printer was dead, I was printing on my Ender printers, right? Those things are just slow as fuck. And it was like the timing of it was like 10:30 it would be done printing, right? And I'd have a half hour to assemble it. But like fortunately what I figured out was that I had 4 pegs that were done. I was just waiting for 4 more. And so I was like, well, let me just go see if they're going to fit or not, right? So I go out and I put the pegs in and they were way off, right?
Oh shit.
It's like, yeah, and I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do now? Like, I have no backup. Like, Dave and I were joking around that, like, you got plan A and, you need a plan B, right? And I was like, dude, we're like on plan H. And like plan D was like, just go fuck yourself, right? So like finally I was like, fuck it, I'm going to glue these suckers on with CA glue and then screw them on, And so I FaceTimed Dave when I did it. So that way because I was like, I need somebody to scream at.
You needed an accomplice. You needed to feel okay about this decision.
But dude, like when I got the second wing on and I like pick it up and I put it down, you could tell it was sturdy, right?
Yeah.
And I put the lid on it and I turned on the light inside of it, and Dave and I both had like a gasp of like, it's done. Dude, it was like, I almost started crying. I was so emotional.
I believe it.
I took the pictures, I uploaded them, and I got the notification and I sent it to Dave, and it said, thank you for your submission, right? And the time on my phone was 10:59.
Shut up. You made it by a minute.
Dude, a minute. Dude, here, hold on. I don't know if you'll be able to... Okay, whatever. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Hold on. I've texted Dave 50 times in the last... yeah, look. Can you see that? Like, see the top?
Yes. Yes. That's crazy, bro.
Dude. Like 1 minute to spare. And then I take some more pictures of it, right? And I go inside and I look at Jackie. I'm like, it's done. And I show her a picture of it. She's like, cool.
You were telling me earlier that you were about to give up on it. Or I mean, we talked before. You said that you were thinking about giving up on it, and then she called you a quitter, or don't be a quitter, or something like. Are you going to quit, or something like that?
Quitter. She's like, no. She's like, I'm like, I have like. It was like after 9 o'clock. It was like 9:15, and I'm like, the print's not gonna be done for an hour and a half. I'm like, I only have a half hour after that. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll just fucking do it in the morning and not worried about the contest, right? Because like Dave and I had talked about this, 2 weeks ago, where he said, "Hey, man, look, if it's not finished, right, that's okay. I just want to see it get done. That's what's important." So he'd already given me the out, and he repeated that multiple times. And I'm like, we did so badly in the last 2 years of the contest with the freaking Chubb's hand to Happy Gilmore thing. Like, we got 3 votes or something. It was stupid because everybody voted for the Hogwarts thing and the Torch Brothers Playboy thing, right?
Yeah.
A radio thing from Home Alone, right? And then the second year, I was really pissed off because I thought we had the most innovative product. We came up with a track saw hinge that worked for any track saw that you could 3D print, and we're selling it for $10, and we sold over 100 of these things, right? Some dude just posted it like a week ago, showing his, and he was like, "This is amazing," right?
Yeah.
So like, I thought that's innovation. We fucking did horribly. So I'm like, even with the TIE Fighter, like I saw that like fucking Dad Crafted made a gigantic tree that was Stranger Things that had doors that popped open and the head flew out, right? And I'm like, you fuck, like seriously, are you fucking kidding? You made a goddamn Stranger Things tree, which I'm glad he did it because I don't know where the fuck they're gonna put that thing.
I thought about that. I thought about texting him that. Where the hell is this tree gonna go? But honestly,
his is into making haunted house stuff, so I assume that it's gonna be for his brother's haunted house shit.
Yeah, Halloween. I was gonna ask you about another project that I saw yesterday. I saw a reel. Have you seen the Price is Right wheel yet?
Dude, where the fuck are they going to put that thing? That thing is gigantic.
It is pretty fucking solid though, man. That thing looks exactly like the one on the show, man. They nailed that shit. I was like, holy moly.
Do you think that looks, what do you think is closer to the real thing? Our TIE Fighter or that Price is Right thing?
I mean, really? You're asking me this? Theirs is an exact replica.
Ours is an exact replica too. But it's lights up too.
Yes, yours is. I love yours. It's an eighth of the scale, though. Theirs is like full size. Fucking, they needed somebody to make them a Bob Barker to stand next to it. They should have carved a Bob Barker to stand next to it. I don't know. I love yours. I love yours. But dude, that Price is Right wheel is going to be tough to beat.
I think if our TIE Fighter beat out their Price is Right wheel, that they would be fucking pissed as shit. I would be pissed if I made a fucking full. My only hope was that more people like Star Wars than the Price is Right.
Price is wrong, bitch.
and I actually went onto the stoop yesterday, and what was it? What did Kamani say about it? I forget. Oh no, Kamani nailed it. He's like, if you're at least a millennial, right, or older, and have ever spent the day home sick, you know what the Price is Right is.
Yeah. Everybody watched the Price is Right when they were homesick, bro. That came on, and you're like, oh yeah.
Dude, streaming had to have killed that show.
Oh, come on down. Do you like Drew Carey doing it?
No.
It was all about Bob. Bob is the man.
Bob was great. But Drew Carey, I've never really found him all that funny. Like I think my favorite Drew Carey show is Whose Line Is It Anyways? But he really wasn't a part of that show as much as everybody else was. Yeah,
I liked him when he was Kevin Smith or Kevin James. You know what I mean? When he was fat and happy, that's when I liked Drew Carey. I liked Fat Drew Carey. I thought Fat Drew Carey was funny. Skinny Drew Carey is not as funny to me.
I mean, what actor who was fat and then lost weight became a better actor?
Yeah, or was
Zach
funnier.
Galifianakis lost all that weight after The Hangover. What's he done since? Nothing, right?
Nah.
Fucking what's his name from Superbad? He's a fucking amazing actor. The guy, he was also in
Seth. Not Seth. Seth? Is it Seth?
No,
no.
It's
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, he got skinny, right? He just looks creepy, right?
Yeah.
Dude, people lose weight. It's not good look for you. If you're fat, you just need to own it.
Chris Farley never got skinny. That's why he was funny all the way up until the end.
He just died. So you can be fat and hilarious and die, or get skinny and really lose all of your fucking mojo. I wonder if like people went to Jonah Hill and were like, "Look, man, if you gain 50 pounds, right,
Yeah.
you'll go back to being an A-lister, right? Not that he's not, but you know,
Jesus,
do it.
man, that's so funny.
So
Yeah, but no, man, you guys killed it. You guys knocked it out of the park. You got it done. That's the main thing. It's done and submitted on time.
yeah, but dude, that mall trip in the middle, I was just basically like, wait, what? Hold on one second. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. I thought Jackie was texting me about something important. That mall trip, dude, was kind of funny, bro. Like, so like we don't ever Jackie and I realize that like Jackie, she's never really been one to be a big shopper, right?
Yeah.
And I have my theories why, but so we never go to the mall together. We never just like go shopping, right? So the mini golf place was Putt Shack, and it was at the mall, right? So we do that. It was like 9 holes. We're done, and like I'm like, let's walk around the mall, like get the kids a treat, like ice cream or something, you know?
Yeah.
But the ride to the mall was so fucking funny because there was 6 kids, right? So 3 ended up in my car, and 3 ended up we borrowed my mother-in-law's car, right?
Yeah.
And so I had Bubs and 2 girls in the back that I don't know, right? And then Jackie had Ellie and one of the girls I know, one of the girls I didn't know, and then Jackie had Ellie and a girl she knew and a girl we didn't know, right? So Bubs is with these girls, and Ellie had told me about 3rd grade drama. Did I tell you about this?
No.
Dude, so like we're sitting there having dinner the other night, and Ellie looks at me, and I was like asking her about school, and she was like, "Oh, just a lot of drama today." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Dad, 3rd grade drama. You have no idea what 3rd grade drama is all about." And I was like thinking to myself, like, "Well, I was not a cool kid, so you're probably right on this."
Yeah.
I was like, "What's 3rd grade drama like?" And she's like, "You have no idea. Everything is dramatic." And lots of girls talk about boys, and boys talk about girls, and who likes who, and whose crushes what, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, do you have drama? She's like, no. She's like, I think it's all stupid. I'm like,
that's the way to be.
That I know that you're your mom's daughter. Like, I know you're the right kid, because like your mom gives 2 fucks about drama, and I love drama, but I don't get into it around the kids,
Yeah.
I start shit, but not drama. So we're driving the Bubs and these 2 girls to the mall, and they decided to play Never Have I Ever in the back seat, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, Never Have I Ever. I'm like, these kids are like 9 years old. I'm like, what the fuck have they done, right? So it's like one of the girls is like, never ever puked in a guest house.
That's very specific.
I was like, okay. And she even gave like a location. She's like in New Hampshire. I'm like, Jesus, what happened in New Hampshire? And I couldn't really hear them because I had the windows down, and I was trying not to get too much in it. But Bubs just did not understand the game, right?
Yeah.
He was supposed to say something he's never done, right? Not something he's done to see if the other people have done it too, right?
Oh, got it.
So Bubs goes, never have I ever been in a spaceship, right?
Yeah.
And one of the girls goes, you've been in a spaceship? He was like, no. Never mind. And then the other was, never have I ever wished I got punched in the face. I was like, fuck, man, like you hoping somebody punches you in the face? I'll make that dream come true. Like, somebody should punch you in the face. It should be your dad. And then like, so we do the Putt Shack thing, and then we decided to start walking around, and like, dude, Jack and I just let them run into stores by themselves, and we would stay outside. right?
I saw your story in front of the Apple store. I was just like, what the hell are they doing?
Well, before we sent them into the Sephora store, right? And they all came out with makeup on,
Oh,
right? Except
Jesus.
for Bob's. And I was like, oh God. I'm like, let's move on. But the Apple store, they look at us and they go, I want to go in there and turn on all the alarms on all the phones. I was like, I look at them, I'm like, go ahead. And like, so the 6 kids go running into the Apple store, and there's like a dude there who's an Apple employee. He looks right in my face, and I just smile and give him a head nod, and I turn around and I sit down, and he was like, he just smiled and shook his head, and he was like, God damn it. It's like, this is not a daycare facility, motherfucker. And I was like, don't care. And dude, they were in there for like 20 minutes, and they turned on every alarm on every iPhone and iPad in there. I was
Jesus,
like,
man. I could not. I would love to have been there when all those went off.
oh yeah, dude. Well, and they probably went off at different times, you know.
Yeah.
So what I hope is that like they went off in the middle of the night, so when they come in the morning, like every phone's just like beep 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 beep, you know, like.
I would love to think they had the forethought to like spread them out every like 30 seconds. So one would go off and then every, or 15 seconds, so in between each one. So it just kept going around the store. Oh God, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, dude. And then we let them loose in the Lush store, and we got ice cream, and yeah. I did not go into a single store other than the Lid store. So
did you get a new hat?
No, I don't really like sports hats anymore because I'm not really into sports that much.
Yeah.
But I was surprised they had as many Green Bay Packers hats as they had Bears hats.
That makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, you're right there. It's not like you don't. I mean, you're not that far from Wisconsin, and they're one of the other big teams around you. Don't they carry a lot of like Marvel hats and stuff like that there too? Don't they usually carry like a...
Maybe I did not.
I thought they did that kind of stuff too, but
yeah, no, I did not see that.
Dude, our kids, we went on a bike ride yesterday because it's been beautiful here the last couple days. So it was raining for like 2 or 3 days, and now it's gorgeous. And do your kids? Do you take when you go out and do things with your kids? How do they like genuinely get along with each other? Like, or generally get along with each other?
I would say like 90% of the time they're fine with each other, and then 10% of the time they're just bickering like a married couple.
Our kids kill the fun on 90% of the things that we do. Like we went on a bike ride yesterday, and pretty much like 75% of the bike ride was them trying to bicker back and forth about who rides in front. I want to ride in front. No, I want to ride in front. No, and dude, I was fucking losing my mind, dude. I was just like, this is, you guys, like, can't you just goddamn enjoy the bike ride? Just who cares about who's in front? It's not about who's in front. It's not a race. We're not racing here. And dude, they just were driving me fucking insane, bro. Like, it's just like, I cannot believe how easily they can kill the enjoyment of a fucking event. It's just like,
I mean, my kids always fight over who sits in what car seat or what seat in the car.
Yeah, we get that too. There's the special side, but now since they're not in boosters anymore for the last like few months. It's like now they've discovered the middle seat, and now the middle seat's the fun one. You know what I mean? So like they fight over the middle seat. It used to be the one side.
So they're always sit next to each other, though.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't get. Like, it's like one of them always. Like, I'm like, dude, don't you guys want like? And now in Debbie's car, because it has the back, it has 2 rows. You know what I mean? Like we let them now ride in the very back. But like, I was like, why wouldn't one of you ride in the back and then one of you ride in the middle, so you guys both have like room to spread out? And they're like, nope, we both want to ride in the very back, and the very back seat's like even smaller. You know what I mean? It's like a little fold down seat kind of thing. So now they're like, dude, I don't understand. I wanted to be as far away from my brother and sister as I could possibly be when I was a kid in the car. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, if my brother touched me, man, that's fighting words right there.
Oh yeah. But anyways, yeah, they killed the fun in the car in the bike ride. But it ended up being okay. We stopped to get lunch, and lunch was decent. They weren't arguing for that. But at one point, I freaking lost it, and I snapped, and I yelled at them, "I don't want to hear any talking. I don't want just ride your damn bikes." Just like completely lost it on them, and Debbie's like, "It's okay, it's okay." You know? It takes a while for me to get to that point, but at some point, dude, I fucking like snap, dude. It's just I can't handle it.
Dude, they know how to push your buttons, bro. They're just like they just see it and they're like, oh yeah, like I can fuck with dad. Watch this.
Dude. And then Frankie, he's still, I forget because he's so huge that but he's still only 7. So like, even me, like just like snapping and yelling at him sometimes, even in that, he'll start to like get like teary eyed and stuff, which makes me feel bad because I'm always like, shit, I forget you're only 7. You look like a 12-year-old. You know what I mean?
7-year-olds shouldn't have mustaches. I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah. Dude, we went
I'm
and
the same
saw.
way with Bubs, though, man.
Oh, what you are?
Yeah, dude. Like sometimes he's just fucking as big as Ellie is, and I just assume he's on the same page mentally as she is, and he's not. You know.
Yeah.
And I'll yell at him or tell him he needs to do some shit that he doesn't want to do, and he'll fucking start crying. You know.
Yeah. Yep.
Or freak
Yep.
out.
Yep.
He's like, I got a lot of feelings, Dad, and I'm like, and
that's the thing too. Now they feel comfortable telling you that. I got a lot of feelings, Dad. I'm feeling this. It's like, okay.
I'm like, well, can you feel that shit and still do what you need to do at the same time? I'm not telling you not to have feelings, but I'm telling you we need to fucking get going. Like, come on.
Why don't you feel it while you're taking the trash cans in?
Exactly.
Man, you are yawning like crazy, dude. You're falling asleep on me.
Man, like between all the walking I did yesterday at the mall and the marathon making session, and of course I was up until 2 a.m. Because I was like, I felt like I did not have enough me time during the day, so I woke up at I went to bed at like 2, and then I got woken up this morning at like 6:30, and Ellie was like, "Are you gonna make Dutch babies for my friends? Because we're all awake." I'm like, "You guys fucking went to bed at like 1. Why are you awake? Like, you guys should be sleeping in. Like, can you give me like another like 20 minutes and I'll come downstairs?" And she was like, "Fine, that's okay." And then like she goes downstairs and comes back and she goes, "Elvis pooped in the house." I'm like, oh, like
that 20 minutes just disappeared.
Yes, I was like, okay, well, I guess that 20 minutes that probably would have set my day off in the right direction is done now. And I thought, like I was even thinking about the podcast, right? And I'm like, well, what am I going to do after this podcast today, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I would really like to, like, if I could do anything today besides having to go clean up my shop, I was like, I would really like to fix my 3D printer. Like I finally got an email from customer support. Customer support was like, try this. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna try that shit. It looks to me like an hour's worth of trying shit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can make this happen, no problem. And but like I really think I'm gonna lay down after this.
I was gonna say you need to go take a nap is what you need to do,
bro. And I could have laid down again this morning, but instead I played Jedi Survivor. Man, I'm fucking addicted to that Star Wars game.
Oh yeah, so how we need an update. How long have you? When did you get it, and how long have you been playing it?
I got it a week ago, maybe a week and a half, and
okay.
I probably played it for like 6 or 7 hours so far.
Nice. Is it everything you hoped it would be?
100%, dude.
Nice.
It is so fucking badass. And I'm and I play a lot of video games, right? And there's a tipping point where like you could power your character up more than he needs to be to accomplish that part of the mission, right?
Yeah,
of the story.
Yeah. Okay.
So my Jedi is pretty strong, and dude, they have all these different stances. Like you could do like a single lightsaber, like the original style. They got
Yeah.
the dual wield one, which is just savage, and they added in there. Oh, then they got it's like a double sided lightsaber, and then they got you got the one where you could wield two at the same time, which is my personal favorite right
Yeah.
now. And they added two more that are so dope. Where one is you got a blaster in one hand and a lightsaber in the other, and it has this whole Indiana Jones vibe to it, where like sometimes you just want to shoot a dude in the face, you
Yeah.
know. And then they added the other one was the Kylo Ren like crossguard lightsaber, and that one is like a longer, bigger lightsaber, and that thing is savage, dude. Like I was using it and I was fighting this droid, and like every time I hit it, I lopped off an arm or fucking part of its body, dude. It was like, God, this thing is brutal, dude. It's so savage.
Dude, I just heard an interview talking about the whole Indiana Jones thing. That scene you're talking about where he just like shoots the fucking guy, the guy who pulls out the sword and he's fucking whipping it around, and Indy just pulls out the gun. The reason they shot it that way is because he hurt himself. Indy had hurt himself like the day before. Harrison had hurt himself the day before doing something, and so they're like, "Wait, we got this big scene tomorrow where you're supposed to fight this fucking." With this guy with the sword, and like, how are we going to shoot them? And so they came up with the idea of him just pulling out his gun and fucking shooting them, which is like one of the best scenes of the movie, obviously. But it was funny to hear that it was done because he couldn't physically fucking fight this guy. He was too banged up.
I thought the story was that he was just hot and tired, and it was just like, fuck this. But yours is better. I like that.
I swear that's what I heard. Anyways, dude. Well, I mean, should we wrap this thing up since you're dying on me here?
No,
since you're
keep
falling
going,
asleep?
bro.
All right,
I got a lot to talk about, man. Like seriously, dude.
All right. Just want to make sure. I want to keep you fresh for next week.
All right. Okay. Here's your choices, right? For topics. Okay. Actually, I wrote one down that was when I was in the airport. Like, I don't love flying, but like 4 or 5 glasses of wine doesn't really bother me anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I was drunk dialing people in the airport, and I realized how powerful my noise canceling was on my phone. With the headphones, like holy shit, dude! Like when I was on the airplane and I turned on noise canceling, dude, I couldn't even hear the airplane anymore. It was really weird. But okay, so what Bubs is into right now, and a funny Bub story. A new show I discovered, or an amazing thing happened at Ellie's a talent show.
I'm always up for a good Bubs story. Let's hear Bubs.
Okay, so it's 2-part story. For the first, it all happened in the same day, right? So when I was like, whenever I travel, right, there's always something happens with Elvis, right? It's guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
And because he's old and fucking old. So one of the days he pooped all over. Oh no, that's not what happened. I get this text from Jackie, and she's like, Elvis pooped in the bathroom, and she goes, and Bubs got trapped in there, and I came downstairs to shit all over the bathroom floor, and Bubs stuck on the toilet screaming, and I was like, what the fuck happened? So I had to piece it together from Ellie's account. Jackie didn't really want to talk about it too much, and then what Bubs told me, right? So apparently what happened was
it's like family telephone.
Yeah, dude. Like fucking. So Bubs is taking a deuce on the toilet. Elvis walks in, turns around, and has explosive diarrhea right in front of Bubs on the toilet. Right?
What the fuck?
And he couldn't figure out how to get off the toilet and not step in poop. Right? So he was trapped on the toilet, and I was like, seriously? Like that's dumb as fucking shit.
What is the chances of that? First off. Only in your house does stuff like this happen, dude.
Right? Dude, like Does this if this happens to anybody else, like let me know, right? Because it happens in my house all the fucking time. So Jackie gets him off the toilet, right? And he heads downstairs to start to get ready for school, and she fucking cleans up the bathroom and then comes downstairs. And Bubs is sitting in the kitchen. He hasn't done any of the things he's supposed to do. He hasn't eaten any food. He hasn't done any of the couple chores we give him to do in the morning.
Yeah.
What's Bubs doing? He's listening to fucking sea shanties, right? On Google, on Spotify. He's listening to fucking sea shanties. You know? Fucking
Sea
what the
shanties.
fuck? Sea shanties. I'm like, seriously? So Jackie's like, hey, you got to stop listening to music. And he's like yelling at her, don't take away my sea shanties, right?
Where the fuck does he learn about? I mean, is he like yo-ho shit? Like pirate stuff? Like, what does that even mean?
Dude, he has completely murdered my Spotify's suggested music. Dude, when I go on to Spotify, it's like, here's some music we think you'll like. And it's like a Pokemon soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
Like this sounds from the video game Among Us, right?
Yeah.
And sea shanties. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
I gotta look up sea shanties. I gotta figure out what that means.
No, here, I'll tell you right now, fucking now. It was hold on. This is one song he fucking loves. I bet you if I type in sea shanties. Hold on. All right, this is the first one. Oh wait.
Okay.
We put to sea and sail for 16 days in the biggest storm I'd
Dude, is he an old Irishman? I picture like a. Does he walk around with? Does he walk around with a beanie on and a corncob pipe?
Pretty much, dude. Let's see. Yeah, like, I mean, he's completely murdered it. Wait,
where did he get hooked on sea shanties? Like, I don't understand. I mean, I listen to weird shit, dude. Don't get me wrong. I am not one to. I listen to some strange shit too. But he's 7. How did he get hooked on sea shanties?
I have no idea, dude. Like, look here. Here is the recently played, right? Fallout Boy, Party Hits. I played Party Hits. Baby Shark, The Night Garden, Imposters, The Harry Potter, Hogwarts, Battle of the... What is this? Bob the Snow. Yeah, this. Snow Cone, Talking to Ben, Moana, Super Mario. Dude, this is all the shit he listens to.
Talking to Ben, is that something you recorded of us talking or something?
This is talking...
What's Talking to Ben?
I don't know.
Well, I was hoping we could make plans. Yeah. Like, how you feel about we hit the beach?
Woo!
I mean, that's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Shit he listens to.
That's funny, man. I actually had written down in my thing because I was kind of curious about music in their shop. Because speaking of music, I mean, do you listen to different types of music at all while you're doing different things? Like, do you have like what made me think about it today or this week is because I was turning. Yeah. I was doing wood turning on my lathe, right? And I was thinking, I happened to at the music festival I was at. I found this new singer called Sierra Farrell, and Sierra Farrell is like kind of like an old timey. She has like a real old timey kind of sound, you know what I mean? And fucking like the full on band with like, you know, the banjos and the horn players and the clarinet players. And so I was listening to this music, which was like kind of like cowboy style, like old, like, you know, finger picking and stuff like that. And I was listening to it while I was turning wood, and I was like, yeah, man, it made me like feel like I was like old timey, you know, like that's like an old timey kind of thing. So, but then there's other times where like I'm, you know, milling up wood and shit, and I feel like I put on like rock music, you know, to like get me like pumped up and stuff. Do you do things like that?
I do, but like when I'm videoing a lot, like I tend to not put anything on, right?
Yeah.
And,
I get that.
And like I had when I remember to do it, I'll bring my iPad in, and I'll listen to something on my iPad as I record on my iPhone. Right?
Got it. Yeah.
But like.
Are you
I have
are you recording the majority of everything you're doing? Like, there's no
Yeah.
time when you're just in there building and not recording stuff?
honestly, I have not. I've not been posting as much on Instagram. I've been missing a post or two a week for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mostly because I've run out of content on my phone. Right, I ran out of things to post.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Um, but I do post like reaction videos on TikTok.
I've
Right.
been seeing those.
And I've been thinking about maybe I should share those to Instagram. Like
Yeah.
at least something on there because like there's advantages to being an influencer where you're not making shit all the time. You know,
Yeah,
like
I just like sometimes I feel like I like just being in my shop and not filming and building shit. You know what I mean? Like
I was
there's
so stressed out about the TIE Fighter that I was not filming a lot of it because
yeah.
I kind of felt like if I had to deal with one extra thing in building it, like moving a tripod around, then I'd be fucking
Yeah.
stressed, too stressed.
Yeah,
I
you don't
did
have
film.
time. Yeah.
I filmed painting it, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, dude, I just I was just curious because like I like to
yeah.
listen to different music while I'm doing stuff, and so let me show you this bowl I did. This is what I turned yesterday.
Damn, dude, that looks solid, man. I like the shape of the outside.
Yeah, right.
Was it hard to
Fucking
do the inside?
no, I mean honestly, bro, like I don't know if like I just kind of it's just kind of coming like not coming easy to me, but it's just
Are
like
you a natural wood turner?
I might be a natural. No, I'm just saying. I'm not really like having a hard time. I for me like I think the hardest part is the sanding. Like there's parts of it that I'm having a hard time getting like the it as smooth as other parts and anyways,
Don't you just
I
like spin it on the lathe and put the sandpaper on it?
yeah, and I think I remember when I was learning to turn from Jeff Bennett, that guy I learned from.
Yeah.
He he was like, "Hey man, if you get a lathe, make sure it goes in reverse because like when you're sanding, you want to sand both directions because the grain goes in different directions on different.
Uh-huh.
So my lathe doesn't go in both directions; it only goes in one direction. So like one way it feels really nice, and then like going back the other way, like in some spots, it's not as nice. But
Yeah.
dude, I've come up with a solution to that. I've rigged up my lathe now to be able to go in reverse, and I'm going to share that with everybody this week. I shared it already. I'll send you a video because I sent it to Bryce at Waffle Beaver because I know he loves crazy shit. So I'm using my drill and a hole punch that has a rubber coating on the outside that fits exactly inside the hole in the back of my lathe, and I have it so I can put my drill in reverse and it spins the lathe the opposite direction, and it's a total workaround, but it works. So I'm gonna share it this week. But anyways,
That's dope, dude.
yeah. So
I saw you made a couple cutting boards.
I made those teacher appreciation boards this week that I'm gonna that I'm
You
gonna
gonna
give them.
laser on another recipe or some shit?
I already did. They're done. I'd pull it out, but whatever.
Is it the same one, or it's like recipe for a good class is
Good teacher, perfect
Yeah,
teacher recipe.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, it's cute, man. They're gonna love it. But no, it's just funny. I was thinking about the whole music thing, and that when I was listening to that music, I was like, man, I feel like an old timey woodworker. Yeah, it was fun. I'm curious though if other people have different types. Like, what do people listen to when they sand versus what do they listen to when they mill or when they, are they painting? Are they listening to something,
I
So
listen to a lot of hip hop when I do, or party music. So
I've been listening to a lot of your playlists. To be honest with you, there's so much good music on
they're pretty good, man.
those playlists that and they're so freaking long that I can just put it on and just listen to. And then there's some of them I forget that like Paul put like from 1116 Woodwork had put like death metal on some of them just for fun. You know what I mean? So like I'll be listening and bouncing along to something, then all of a sudden the next song will be like, I'm like,
Oh my
holy
God,
shit,
dude.
Paul.
If I could be listening to anything, I want to be listening to audiobooks, man. Honestly, like this audiobook that I'm listening to right now is so fucking good, dude. Like I'm so sucked into it, man. It's just, and it's like, I guess the genre of it is sci-fi role play or whatever, right? So like, it's kind of like a Dungeony Dragons kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Um, dude, but oh man, it's really good, and I think the author just keeps sucking you more and more into it, you know. And it's like because it's kind of like a Dungeon and Dragons style story, like the character is always leveling up his skills, you know,
Yeah.
which makes me want to listen to it more because like I want to see what he's gonna be like when he's at his peak strength, you know, and like I don't know. It's just really good. And like then I want to re-listen to it again so I could relive what he was like when he was not as strong, you know?
Yeah. That sounds interesting. Seriously, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's interesting that that the author's take on society, right? Because
Yeah.
like I think I mentioned to you before, I read a lot of sci-fi books, but usually they're space based, right? Like
Yeah.
out in outer space. And generally speaking, authors have two theories or two takes on what it's like when humans leave Earth, right? Or the perception of how humans are amongst the galaxy. Because in all these books, you know, they don't go out of space and there's nobody there, right? There's other fucking
Yeah.
creatures and
Of
aliens
course.
and shit, right? So the two takes are either the humans are genocidal, right? And they're just taking over the universe, terraforming planets. They're just the worst. We're the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Or the other take generally is that we're too stupid to even give a fuck about, right? And like, most of the time, it's like humans are just so dumb, right? And that Earth as a planet is like this backwaters mud ball, and like you don't really have to attack Earth because if you could wait out like a couple of years, they're going to kill themselves. They're that
Got it.
stupid,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In this book, man, the character starts off and he gets transported to like a fantasy realm, right? And he's this dude from Australia, and he's really relatable to me because he has he does not fucking deal with authority well, right? Or
Got it.
people tell
Yeah.
him what to do, you know. And but then after like the second or third book in the series, he comes back to Earth through a crazy you know, he got killed, and he came back to life, like, you know, like a saved character kind of a thing,
Yeah.
to Earth, and Earth is just starting to get magic, and like fucking humans, like instead of working together to try to save the Earth from like this reality killing thing, they're fucking fighting him, right? And he's
Yeah.
telling them, like, hey, like I've talked to celestial beings, like this is what they tell me we need to do to save Earth, and and the humans are basically like, but yeah. Every time you try to save it, it kicks off this thing that's worth a lot of. It's really valuable. So like, we're just going to focus on getting these valuable things. We're not going to do this. And also, we want your power, so we're going to try to kill you every chance we get. It's like you motherfuckers. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I listen to the news a lot, right? And I'm like, that's how we would do it. That's how it would go.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Ugh, people just got home.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, that's how it would go. I'm like, fucking humans. Like, if we have an opportunity to do the right thing, we're just gonna fuck it up. Right? So the book series called "He Who Fights with Monsters," right?
And we're the monsters.
Um, yeah. Well, in the beginning, it's literal, right? Because he's actually fighting monsters, and he fights monsters through the whole book. But he does fight humans, like, and it was really fucking like sad shit happens, man. He was like in this fucking helicopter that his brother had the magical power to create, right? He
Yeah.
created vehicles, and he created this fucking sci-fi helicopter and they're all riding in the helicopter, and a fucking gold rank guy blasts to the helicopter. It explodes, and his brother, his best friend, and his girlfriend die immediately.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a bad day.
So,
That'll
yeah.
ruin your day. That'll ruin your day.
Yeah, it's called He Who Fights with the Monsters. It's fucking amazing. I love it. So, yeah. So,
Yeah. Well,
all right. I want to, because look, we're getting closer to an hour, okay? And I really want to tell you about this talent show, and I really want to tell you about this new show, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. What do you want first?
Let's just get the talent show out of the way.
Perfect. Okay. So, we're in the talent show. Every kid has like between 10 seconds and like 2 minutes, right?
Okay.
There's fucking like 50 people going up. Okay, 50 groups of people, right?
Damn.
The talent show was really good. Like the kids had a lot of talent. Some were just silly kid shit. And I noticed, like, in the middle of the second act, there's a kid named Lucas, and it's spelled the same way I spell my name, Lukas. Already, I'm like, let me see what this kid's got, right?
Yeah.
I was too shy and nervous growing up to ever do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Now I would be like, I just don't know what talent I would use to flex on people. So this kid Lucas gets up there, and he's dressed in fucking a German outfit, and he's like, I'm gonna sing a German folk song for you guys. And everyone's like, okay, cool. The screen is behind him, right? And he starts singing the song in German, and it sounds exactly what you would think it sounds like, right?
Yeah, got it.
And there's a video of like German shit playing behind him, and all of a sudden, fucking the screen statics out, right? And it goes right into Rick Astley, and he rickrolled the whole fucking crowd. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
He like grabbed the mic off the stand, and he was screaming it into there, and he was running on the stage singing it. And I'm like, this kid is like 11 years old, right? And I'm like, he is slaying it, right?
Oh, dude, yeah.
And I kind of wanted to like go up afterwards and like say, hey, you did a great job, and like from one Lucas to another, kind of give him some advice. And I realized there's nothing I could tell this kid that he hasn't already figured out.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say he needs to come give you advice, bro.
Dude, I was so impressed by this kid. And I'm like, this is the kid here who's gonna be running shit in college.
I was gonna say that kid's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah. That's dude, I love that.
The talent show? No, it was not that great. I love her, but it was average. But yeah, that dude, when he did that, man, I was just like, God damn, dude. But I didn't have a thought, right? Okay, if there was an adult talent show, what would your talent be? Would it be drumming?
Probably. I mean, I can sing a little bit. I'm a decent singer.
You've got good stage presence. I've seen you do lip syncing.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably do something musical. It would probably be musical. That would probably be my talent. What about you? What do you think?
I couldn't decide, man. I was like, because like all of the skills I use now would be pretty boring to do as a talent show thing. I can't sing. I can't dance. I have no physical skills, right? Like
jokes. You can tell jokes.
Yeah, like if I went up there, I would probably stand up would probably be it. I would just be like, let me tell you my take on parenting. And I think
you'd roast the room. I could see you roasting the room.
Yeah, I could roast a bunch of kids. Like,
I would have loved that if some kid came
getting laid like in college, bro.
If some kid would have came up and just like roasted the room, dude, that would have been so good.
Yeah, dude. There's a couple kids that went up there and told jokes. I kept telling Bubs, I'm like, I'm really disappointed that you weren't in this talent show. He's like, why? I'm like, you're denying the world your talent.
Yeah, yeah, man, he's funny.
So
that's great.
Yeah, I hope like Ellie had a little stage fright. So I'm hoping they get over it. So, but,
Yeah.
okay. I'm going to end it with a new show I found. Right?
Yeah.
New reality TV show.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
It's not a dating show because I'm sitting here waiting for fucking Netflix ultimatum to drop. By the way, update is that the future of Nick Lachey and Jessica Lachey is iffy. Over 40,000 people signed the petition to have them removed from the show, right?
Wow.
Because they're so bad.
Yeah.
Totally fucked up the reunion show, especially like Nick's wife, dude, Jessica. Oh my god, dude, she was like badgering people like, "What? So when are you gonna have kids? We want the first Love Is Blind baby." And I'm like, Bartiz already had a fucking baby with the lady he hooked up with one time. I'm like, she wasn't on the show, but he's got a kid. Like, there you go. What about Bartiz? Right? So I don't know. So this new show, okay, is called Crime Scene Kitchen, and the host is Joe McHale.
Oh,
Right?
shut up. I love Joe McHale.
Dude, and I'm hoping that this show gets dropped by Fox and gets picked up by Netflix, okay? Because Joe McHale, he's funny, but he's a horrible cooking show host, right? He's really bad at it. But the premise of the show is, right, is that they got all these different couples, right? Not like some are like modern mother-daughter, some are like boyfriend-girlfriend, husband-wife,
Yeah.
partners, whatever, right? And so they basically give them like 2 minutes to go into this staged kitchen where they have to look around the kitchen and try to guess what the person was in there making by what they find in the kitchen.
Shut up, dude. Don't make a fucking show out of anything nowadays. Jesus Christ. All right, go on.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. So these people and there's only like 9 episodes, right? Which is unfox like, right? Usually they're like 20, 30 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
So these people go in the kitchen and they like look in the garbage and they look in the fridge and they look in the sink and they look at what dishes were on the drying rack and they try to guess what it's on, what they were making. And I can't not love this show. I'm like it's so fucking stupid. I'm like, honestly, I was like, this could be one of the dumbest reality shows I've seen.
Are they giving you like major clues? Like, I mean, is the pasta strainer left out on the counter?
Dude, it's all desserts. Okay.
What?
It's all desserts. It's all desserts.
Oh, it's all desserts. I got it.
Right. And they're giving clues, but I don't know what the fuck they are,
Yeah.
So, and like a lot of times people get it and a lot of times people don't, so they're getting judged on a food that's not the food they need to get judged on, So, and then they'll argue with each other like, oh, I told you it was going to be a fucking eclair and it was a fucking cannoli. I told you. And they're like, fuck you. You're wrong. I was right.
Oh my God, man.
But yes, it like, I don't know. Jackie and I had found some, I forgot what it was. She said, she joked around about it that we had figured out. Like I think what we typed in there was reality TV in the search bar, and then cooking, and found it.
Oh, okay. Is it a newer show or is this like an old show?
I think it's a new show. It's a new show. I don't know if it's getting picked up for another season. I have not investigated, but because like at the end of the night, like sometimes like we just want the TV to be on, but we're really just looking at our phones, Yeah. And that's when we watch reality cooking shows.
Yeah.
I've watched the entire series of Cutthroat Kitchen, which is one of my favorites.
Did you guys get into that baking that fancy baking show?
The Great British Bake Off?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got into that for a little bit. We've never finished it. We watch more of the spin-off of that, which is the Great Pottery Build-Off.
You never saw who the Dutch of Dukingham's cream crumpets were made by? I'm totally joking.
No. I like watching the judges cry on the pottery show. So
is that when like something breaks or something? Or like
why are they crying? Fucking the judges, like this is one judge. Multiple judges cry on the show, and they're just like they'll see something that somebody's working on, and they're just so proud and impressed that they start tearing up and crying. They care that much. Dude,
That's how you know. That's how you know you're into pottery. If you're that sensitive, they're like, pottery is for you, kid.
dude, it's an incredible show. It's a great show to get really high and watch, because you're just like, what the fuck are they doing, man? Like today we're doing raku, and I'm like, ooh, raku, let's do this, and yeah, and then it's just great, dude. So
Dude,
they
that's so
recommend it.
funny.
So yeah, that's what we're watching right now. So
I've been watching just like normal HBO shows. Like I got Barry that came back. I've been watching that.
we watched
Succession.
Succession.
Yeah, I haven't watched. Oh wait, did I? No, I watched last week's. Tonight's the new episode.
This season's been wild, bro.
Yeah, dude, fucking wild. All right, dude, fucking Shiv and Tom are fucking trying to get. I don't. Anyways, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But yeah, Barry's been good. If you haven't watched Barry, bro, if you've never watched that show, you would like that show. You should watch it.
Yeah.
It's like in the fourth final season or something or like that. But
Yeah.
it's been great. Bill Hader's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, dude, I think you got any shout outs? I got shout outs. And we're gonna do it while listening to Jimmy Fallon and his friends do a Star Wars melody.
I gotta give my boy Dave a shout out, man. I know I've shouted him out before, but dude, he is my MVP right now.
My shout out goes to Lee at Regal Street. He blew my mind once again this week with the surf prep sanding thing with the juice groove. He folded the sanding pad into fit a juice groove, and he sanded a juice groove with it. And I've been saying for years that somebody needed to come up with one of those. So Lee, blowing my mind.
You would look at Lee and not assume he's smart, but he really is. All right, let's take some Patreons.
All right, thanks to Patreons.
And honestly, the Patreons that we have, man, I know we went through a period where we missed a couple episodes, and we're just getting back into a new groove with my new lifestyle of fucking working full time. So thank you guys. We really appreciate it. And this order of Patreons is in the order of which they came to us. So thank you, Kyle Foote from the Footwork Woodworking, Matthew Gerard from the Wooden Moustache, Lee from Regal Street, the genius of Lee. Every tool at his shop is a musical instrument.
Yeah, right.
Big Mike Holmes from the Broken Lead Woodworks, Dave One Grit Wirt, my Star Wars brother in arms, my mom, Elise Gelman, the man who thinks he's not a Patreon, but he is, Tim from Turdworks. Congrats, bro. Dave the Thriller Miller, who just updated his logo and his beard is not big enough. I mean, dude, you like his logo should have just been the beard. Like,
he wants to fit it on a 3-inch sticker, bro. He couldn't. It's got to fit on the sticker. It can't fall off the. Oh, that would have been awesome if his sticker was a 3-inch round, but then it had a fringe like the.
Dude, he should have asked me. What I would have done is I would have put his small face in the middle, and the beard would come down and do like a hypnotic spiral of the beard growing. It spirals out, right, and he could just put his name in there somewhere. Fucking complete missed opportunity. You don't grow a beard like that and then don't use it in your logo, bro. Billy Estes from the Simple Wood Wood Co. Corey Stanley from Odyssey CNC. The unofficial lube of the podcast, Eric from Bubble Shoots. Alan from Ormworks. The Collywood Canoe Company. No canoe shall ever be built. I realize we are probably overdue from a meetup with patrons. Grant from Dag Crafted, Ryder Clark from Ryder's Custom Creations, Jason Sullivan, who DM'd me this week, and I did not immediately insult him. I'm proud of myself. Kamani from Van Stray Designs.
I wonder how his Maker meetup went this weekend. I wonder if that went well.
I assume it went well. I mean, it was him and Mike Alm. And when I saw it, I think Kamani was top billing. So
yeah, for sure.
That's what it looked like to me. Kamani with Mike Alm. The fine folks from PL Smith. By the way, it is made for makers right now. They are doing a tremendous thing. I hope to be able to contribute more now that I've gotten the TIE Fighter done.
I'm gonna do all mine on the last day. Just one single wrap up post.
I can't wait. Wait. Otis from Pine and Elite Woodworks. This dude from Neon Dreams just made him a sign, and it's insane. But the guy's a complete legit crazy person, so I love him, but he's nuts. And then, because I love crazy people. And then finally, Nick Brim Woodworking, and it has nothing to do with hat making.
Yeah,
gotta make sure that is completely clear. I hear kids creeping outside my office.
Thank you guys so much for being our patrons. We fucking love you guys, and we are so happy that you guys want to be here with us. And if you want to be a patron, go down to the bottom of every episode in the link. You can click that. It takes you right over to Patreon, and you can decide how you want to support us. But, dude, we just thank you guys for being here and listening every week and sharing it. And you guys are awesome, dude. We love you guys.
Yeah, I got to get that popcorn cannon.
Dude, you do. You do. That would have been a hit at the party, man. The kids' party? Oh, man, that would have been a hit. Oh, did you make the Dutch babies this morning before we go?
Yes, I did. They were delicious.
Yeah.
Every time Ellie has kids over for a sleepover, I have multiple tasks that are immediately reassigned to me. Dude.
Yeah, as they should be. That's your job as dad.
Oh, boy. Wait, you're bringing me candy? Thank you.
I opened it.
Yeah? Good job.
Happy birthday! Tell her I said happy birthday.
Ben says happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Wow, because you're so stinky? Cool.
All right, on that note.
All right, well, I got to go do some parenting.
Yeah, get out of here.
Take it away, Tim. Beef and stuff. I'm gonna get back into it. I can finally focus on other things.
All right.
Well, ready for me to do some hardcore parenting?
Yeah.
All right, gotta go.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
This has been a ConMan creative production. Text us anytime at 908 768 2664 or send us a message on our Instagram, thejointery podcast. You can find Ben at Condorosa Creations or Luke at Luke in the Garage, everywhere that social media is sold. That's garage, not garage. Say it properly.